Hey beauties, it's Nikea here with an ultra glam makeup tutorial for you. So we about to get this look popping. I'm coming to you with like bare face, nothing on my face. So this might be a little lengthy because I'm going from 0 to 100. But yeah, so I'm gonna start by moisturizing my lips. I just have some Carmex today to moisturize. So my face is already clean, toned, moisturized. That is done. Oop, my table is wobbling. All right, and then I'm going to prime my face with the Lancome La Base Pro. It is Perfecting Makeup Primer, Smooth Effect, Oil Free. And one of my students' parents actually gave this to me for my birthday last year. All right, that is on even though I applied too much. So this look is gonna be like ultra super glam. So there's probably like a lot of steps. I'm doing some stuff that I typically don't do in like my everyday routine because I wanted to do like a really glam look, you know, for when you're just feeling a little bit of extra. So now I'm gonna take my spoolie and just brush my brows. Just get all the hairs going in the same direction. And I'm going to use my Benefit Gimme Brow. I got this little sample in a Birchbox. All right, brows, step 1 done. Then I'm going to take my brow pencil, which needs to be sharpened. This is an NK pencil in dark brown, and I'm going to fill in my brows, or actually shape them, because you know there should be some hair right here. And using light feathery strokes, just going at the bottom first, and then at the top. And then filling in. Make sure I got some on that tail. See, just it gives them like a more defined shape when I use my pencil. All right, so the brows are filled in and on. So now I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is in the shade Toffee. I'm gonna use my medium angle brush from Coastal Scents, and this is a natural hair one. I just like the way this applies the concealer under my brows. And then that extra product, just sweeping it down onto the lid. And I like to do my brows first because in my mind there's 2 reasons why. So in my mind I do my brows first because say if I'm rushing and I don't have time, at least my brows are done. And then secondly, because I feel like the brows like frame the face, because for me my brows can either make or break a look. And I've been doing this ever since I've been doing my brows. I always like scrunch my face and arch them just to make sure I'm getting the arch where it needs to be. That's just my philosophy and what works for moi. All right, there's the brows. So right now I do these steps and then I'm gonna leave my brows alone until the end. Okay. So now I'm going to conceal with my black Radiance True Complexion Custom Concealer, and this is in medium to dark. And I'm just going to take this lighter shade and just conceal any spots on my face, and I call this like my pre-concealing phase. So this is just to get rid of any blemishes, dark circles, which I don't have too many of. I'm perfect. JK, just kidding. This is really for my dark circles. And this concealer goes on so smooth, so creamy. I'm gonna put some on my eyelids too. So I like to do this, since it's so close to my skin tone, do this before I put on my foundation. And I'm going to do a little bit around my mouth to get those dark spots. All right, I'm all concealed, and now I'm going to be using my foundation. And I have the black Opal True Colors foundation, cream foundation stick in Beautiful Bronze. And it's very low, so I have to use like my little spatula to scoop it out. But I love this because it's very creamy and you can like build up the coverage like medium to full coverage, and it doesn't feel heavy at all. And it also has SPF 15, so some sunscreen protection in there already. So I'm gonna apply that all over my face. Yeah, so I couldn't find my spatula, so yeah, I'm using a plastic knife to scoop it out. And this is best with a wet sponge. I really don't use beauty blenders. I haven't done them forever. Just gonna dampen my sponge a little bit since I can't apply it directly from the container. And I'm just going to blend that onto my skin. So as I'm spreading it out, I'm patting it in as well, so it's not just sitting on top of my face. And when I apply my foundation, I also use it to kind of shape the top of my brows. All right, now that this blend on into my skin, I'm going to use my buffing brush from Real Techniques and just buff that into the skin and make sure that the application is even and there's not more foundation in one spot than in others, and taking it down to my jawline as well. All right, for my highlighting concealer, I'm going to use Truly Topaz. It's another cream foundation stick from Black Opal, but like I always say, I like to use multiple or the same product or type of product. You can use it for multiple purposes. That's always great. So this is going to be my highlighting concealer. So I'm going to apply this under my eyes. And here I can just go straight from the stick. I think I'm going to layer one more time under my eyes to give a little more pop. And I'm going to set it with my Black Radiance True Complexion Loose Setting Powder. And this is in the color Banana. And I like this setting powder because it is not as heavy, I guess, as the Ben Eye powder. Alright, and I have this eyeshadow primer from Coastal Scents. And just a little dab will do you. Right, so now starting with my eye look, of course, Itsmyrayeraye. I'm gonna use a transition color from this palette, but I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna use Sunset and Spice. So I'm gonna start off with Spice here and then go into Sunset. I'm gonna take this blending brush from Real Techniques and apply that above my crease. So that's gonna be my transition color. For my main shadow, I'm going to be using a L'Oreal Hip Studio Secrets Professional Metallic Shadow Duo, and this is an Electrified. So we have this metallic purple and this silver metallic color here. So I'm going to start with this silvery metallic color, and I'm going to put that on my lid. All right, using my eyeshadow brush from Itsmyrayeraye. And I'm gonna layer it on my lid twice just for that much more intensity. All right, then I'm gonna go in with this second color, this purple, right here on the outer corner. So circle it on the outside and then sweep it in. Alright, I'm going to use that same blending brush, and I am going to use this Loose Pigment color powder from MAC in Grape. And that's just to add a little bit more of the purple. Alright, so that purple color is really picking up there with that loose powder. So I'm actually going to go back in with that color from the Shadow Duo. But I'm going to use my detail brush once I find it. Alright, this detail brush from Itsmyrayeraye BH Cosmetics. I'm going to go back in with this color. And I'm going to focus that. First, I'm going to go a little bit above that grape. So it's kind of like an ombre effect, because I feel like the color from the palette gives that blackish look. And then I'm going to use that same brush and go right into the crease. And that's going to be a good base for, I have the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. And I'm going to use Blackout. Right. I'm going to use Blackout, which is a matte black. And I'm going to go right into the crease again. So with black, you want to be careful. Start off with a little bit, and then you can always go back and add. So I'm going into the crease and then that outer V. So I'm really creating a V shape. All right. And don't worry about this fallout here. That's gonna be swept off with the powder. No worries. And then I'm gonna go back with the same blending brush that I used for my transition color and just blend out those edges right there. There we go. I feel like there's a harsh stop. Okay, so that's the eyes so far. We're going to stop right there. And now that I'm mostly done with the eye look, I'm going to take my fan brush. I think I got this from BH Cosmetics, yes. And I'm just going to sweep away that loose setting powder. So that's set in place. I'm going to use a detail brush and I'm going to go back into this color and bring that into my tear duct for a tear duct highlight. Alright, so I also swept it up on my lid a little bit and brought it down on my lower lash line. Using this short, flat dome smudging brush, gonna go into those same colors I use on my lid except for the highlighting one. So I'm gonna go into the purple from the Duo. Gonna put that on my lower lash line. Then I'm gonna go into Grape, that loose pigment from MAC. And there that is. And then I'm going to go into Blackout from the Naked 2 palette. I'm not going to take that all the way across because I like the way this purple is popping. So I'm just going to put that on the outer portion of my lower lash line and blend it into that shadow that's coming down from my lid. Now for my eyeliner, I'm going to use Black Radiance Fine Line Liquid Eyeliner. And of course this is in black. So I'm going to create a little bit of, oh, come on camera. So I'm going to create a little bit of a wing. So I'm going to start with a smaller line towards the inner corner of my lid and then kind of broaden it as I go out. Alright, so liner is done. Of course this one sucks, but that's life. Then I'm going to use my Black Radiance Bodybuilding Mascara. Top and bottom lashes. Alright, lashes popping. So we're gonna leave the eyes alone for a little bit, for real this time. And now I'm gonna go in and set my foundation with my Black Radiance Bronze Glow face powder. And oops, and my powder brush from Itsmyrayeraye. And how I like to set my face is get the product on the brush on all sides, okay? And first what you want to do is press it into your skin or onto your skin. So press it on first. Of course not in the areas that you highlighted, because this is darker than that. and then you're gonna sweep off any excess. My face is set. So now what I'm gonna do is contour, and I'm gonna start with Black Opal, their cream foundation stick. Like I said, dual purpose, okay? Right, and I have it in the shade Carob. And I'm gonna use that to contour my cheek and my jawline, my nose, and then bring up a little bit on my forehead. You know, shrink it down a little bit. So I'm gonna start lightly with this. Oh, she's not dark enough, but that's okay. Oh no, she is. Yeah, just gonna do a little bit. And with my contour brush from Real Techniques, I'm gonna blend that out. Okay, now that we have that cream on, we're going to set it and kind of intensify it a little bit with some powder. So I have the True Complexion Contour Palette from Black Radiance in medium to dark. And I'm going to use this contour powder. I'm going to put that right where I put the cream. Don't worry, I am going to contour my nose. I just want to get my face first. Gonna make sure that everything is blended out. Don't want any harsh lines. I'm just wiping off my brush in between because now I want to blend out that product and there's still some on the brush, so I don't want to keep just adding product. So now we're going to do the nose. So I'm going to take that stick, same color, and I'm just going to do 1, 2, and a little swoop. All right, and I'm actually going to blend that out with my finger. This is such a small area, and I don't need to contour my nose too much because I don't mind the shape of it. I don't need to minimize it or anything. And then this blending brush from Itsmyrayeraye and BH Cosmetics, going into that same contour powder. Just gonna go right over my nose. All right, for blush, I'm gonna use my custom palette from Coastal Scents. I feel like I bought almost every blush that they had. And I'm gonna use this angle blush brush. This is from Target. And you know what? We're going for like super glam, ultra intense. So I'm gonna use Valentine, which is like this deep berry color. So I'm gonna start with that. I'm gonna use Valentine, and then I'm gonna go over top of Valentine with, I love this color, Ruby Rose, because that has some glitter in it, some gold flecks, and I love me some gold, honey. All right, so I'll apply that to my apple. And I always start with the little because you can always add. It's easier to add than just to take away. And I tend to go over the top. So, you know, I know myself. To thine own self be true. All right, that's adding some pretty color. Now going into Ruby Rose. I'm gonna go right on top of that. I'm gonna go back to my brows like I told y'all I would. So I'm using a large angled brush. This is a synthetic brush. This is also from Coastal Scents. I'm moving too fast for my camera. And I'm just going to blend my brows out. All right, that was easy. And for my lips, so for this look, I think we're gonna go for a nude-ish type lip. All right, so I'm gonna line my lips with brown. So I don't have the color that I really want, but this one is giving me close to that. It's also by Wet n Wild, and this is called Sandstorm. And I'm gonna pair that with a gloss. This is called Diamond Glaze. I don't know who this is by. I got it at a makeup class that I took. I just want to add a little bit of gloss to this. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely my nude. I don't know why I thought I could do 2 sets of lashes when I can barely put on 1. I played myself. All right, now almost done. Now I'm gonna set my face with this Face Cooler makeup setting spray, green tea and aloe, broad spectrum SPF 30, organic sun care and hyaluronic acid. And I got this in a Miss Fawn's Faves box. I think it was her May box. All right, so I'm just gonna set my face. That's a strong smell, but it sets really quick. So I'm just SPF'd out on this face. All right, for highlight, I'm going to use Itsmyrayeraye. I'm gonna use Radiance. And I'm gonna use a little bit of Moonlight too, just because this is an extra look. We're super going in. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of Moonlight on top. And then I'm gonna use my fluffy brush to blend all that in. All right, here is the final look. This is like ultra super glam highlight, contour, lashes, this eye. Beauties, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to thumbs up this video if you like it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and join the club. It's easy, it's free, and it's fun. Okay, so go ahead. Subscribe and join the club. Check out these videos that I got on the side for you, and go ahead and visit my page and binge watch all my videos because you can't get enough of me. And I'll be sure to see you in the next one, beauties. Bye.